everybody, welcome back to part 21 of the Pet Adoption app. Here we're going to keep working on our pet show page. So we're going to make sure that we strip the URL, well, not strip it, but manipulate it, or use a regex, which is Ruby expressions, which is completely different. And really, this is a completely different topic in regards to regex. But we are going to ensure that this works properly, because right now this is all hard-coded. So what I want you to do is come to Visual Studio Code, and obviously just go to the views, pets. So go inside the views, pets, and find the show.html.erb. So over here, I'm in the show.html.erb. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, first of all, before I continue the video on the YouTube, I'm gonna add a couple other important information. First of all, I'm gonna add below the additional info, I'm going to add about the person or the organization that owns this pet, okay, that is trying to give it away for adoption. So we are right now in the column 8. This is collapsed, but if I uncollapse it, I'm going to be able to see what's in it. So again, I've collapsed several things. This is the embedding of video. And below it is the vaccination. This is also collapsed. I'm uncollapsing it now. This is the vaccination row. And over here, I'm going to uncollapse this. This is the additional info row. Okay. So if I grab that and let me just copy that, come over here. I'm going to say additional info. Additional info. So below the additional info, I'm going to do again the text block. Okay, text block. I'm going to do it. Hang on a second. Here I'm going to say about the owner, about the owner of pet. Okay, or the founder of the pet. Okay, so I'm going to do again the same thing. I'm going to do a div.text-block. And inside of this block, I'm going to add all the information of the user, of the person who put this pet up for adoption. So I want you to go to the documentation of Bootstrap, and over here I want you to type in media, because what we're going to do is we're going to grab this right here. Okay, this media here, we're going to grab all of that. So copy that, come over here, and paste that inside the text block. And I'm going to run my server now just to test that this is working. I'm going to do a Rails S, so and that it looks good. And obviously here there's going to be no image at all inside the image here. There's going to be no image at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image. Okay, so I'm going to do an image tag right there. I'm going to just do an image tag, and inside the image tag, again, we're showing the image of the, I'm going to just minimize this. We're showing the image of the person of the user who owns the pet. So you basically want to, we're inside, this is the pet, right? And I believe I'm in pet ID number 13. So if I go to my database and I go to the pets table, I'm inside the pets table here. Look, I'm inside the pets table. And I look at ID number 13. What I want to do is find the user ID. And this is user ID number 2. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So that's why over here in the image tag, I'm going to use the helper that we created in the previous video. And that is, I believe, if we go to the helpers, let me just come to the helpers, style sheets, nope, helpers. Okay, there it is, application helper. So I'm just going to grab this helper right here. Okay, I'm going to copy that and come over here in the show again, and I'm going to paste that in. And obviously, I'm not going to use the user, because here I can use what I want. And what I want is the pet, the current pet, right? So that's the variable. So add pet.user, right? So the pet that we're in right now, this one here, number 13, get the user, which is the user ID. Okay, so I'm going to display now here in our case here, this belongs to Mike, okay? Because Mike is the one who created Samantha, who added Samantha. Okay, so I also want to add some classes but anyway, we don't have the classes now. But if I save this now and I come over here and I refresh this page, it's probably gonna look, it's gonna look pretty bad. Why? Because this doesn't have any class. Okay, so we're gonna start styling this, and I want to go in the application.scss now. Find the application.scss file, and over here at the bottom, I guess I can say Command F helper classes. I can add this inside the helper classes. This is just helper classes of CSS. Nothing to do with Ruby, but just the helper classes of CSS. So I'm gonna add a class. Let's call it avatar. Okay, so we're gonna call the class dot avatar. So in that class, I'm gonna basically copy this and come back to show. And inside of here in the image, I'm gonna say class, and then I'm gonna put the avatar. Yeah, and then also I'm gonna call this avatar dot avatar dot large. Actually, no, avatar. I don't know what to call this, to be honest. Avatar dash show. Avatar show. Okay, I'm just gonna call it avatar show for now. Copy that, come back here, and I'm gonna rename it here to avatar show. In the avatar show, I want to do a couple of things. First of all, the width. Okay, so the width, we want to inspect the element, and we want to make the width probably 80 pixels. So I'm gonna say width 80 pixels, and I'm gonna do the border radius 50%. Well, height. Hold on. Height 80 pixels, right? So make it perfect square. And border radius 50% will make it round. So border dash radius, right? 50%, that will make it round, right? And what else? What else can we do? We can add a couple of other things. Maybe we can do text align center to be safe. We can do a border. We can do I don't know, like a beige, maybe a DE, maybe a DE, maybe a DE. I don't know if that's gonna DEE, FG, FC, or 2E6, something like that. I think that will give it some shadow. Or we can do light gray, light gray. There we go. That will give it some meaningful feel around it. Now the box shadow, we can add a box shadow, box dash shadow, like that. We can do that, but of course we can obviously start playing with this right now. So we can do top, up and down, left and right. Let's do blur. Hang on, I'm just gonna do that to get like a little better feel. So this is -2. Let's make this, okay, let's make this 0. Let's make this 0, and then the next one, we can make the next one 0. And then here we can say, I don't know, 5 pixels or 3 pixels. Okay, I'm gonna remove this one. Okay, and here I can actually, I'll just say RGBA, and let's say 0, 0, 0. I don't know. So it will be black 0, 0, 0, and 0.1 or something, 0.15. Okay, let me just increase this. 5. Oh, that's not looking very good. So we can make this. So we can put a 0, 0, 0, 0, RGBA. Why? Let's go 1 rem. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, so then we can do let's add, and that's it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that, copy all those. We're not gonna put a box shadow for now, we'll do it later. Paste it in there, and that should make it look better. And I'm gonna add avatar show avatar show that's fine. So come over here to show.html.erb. I'm going to add like, I'm going to remove this obviously. And here I'm going to avatar show, I'm going to put a margin right -4. So come back here and I'm going to close this, just refresh this. So once we refresh this, you're going to see the difference. It's going to look a lot nicer. See, it's a lot better. And also what I want to do is add some, obviously some H1 and H2 just to show that, to show what the name is here, so who this person is. So perhaps right under the image, or even under the media body, because that's the media body. So this is the H5, right? So I'm gonna let me just convert this to. All right, so let's just come back here and do a p tag. So inside the p tag, I can do a span. So I'm gonna do a span, and inside that span, say founded by founder of pet, founder of pet, pet founder, I don't know, pet founder, pet founder. Okay. And over here, I'm going to put a class equals to, I don't know, text muted, text dash muted, so it doesn't scream in your face. Text uppercase, text dash uppercase, and we can do, I guess, a smaller one, text dash small. So if we save this and come here, refresh this, we should have their pet founder. All right. Now we can also add a break. So instead of doing this here, I'm going to remove this media heading. I'm going to add a break. So we can do a break and then add something maybe bolder. So I'm going to put strong. And inside, I'm going to put the test. I'm going to say test. Come here, refresh. All right, very good. So now that this works, we can actually just come here and put some embedded Ruby, put the name of the user. So at user, oh sorry, at pet.user, and then our field name is full name dot full name. Okay, save it, and then here. Now, oh wow, what happened there? What did I do wrong? At pet.user. What's wrong with that? So we got a pet. What is wrong with this? Save it. Obviously, so it doesn't really work. Yeah, so the reason why it doesn't work is because, in fact, if you come to the database of Mike and you click on, you just come back here, you go to the users table and you find Mike, and Mike removed his his full name, and that's because earlier I was experimenting, probably in the previous videos. And if you click on edit profile, look, there is no name. So I'm going to put Mike Smith now. Mike Smith, and I'm going to put an organization name too. Okay, so I'm going to say Mike's Pets and Rescue. Okay, so I'm going to update the profile. And again, if I click back, by the way, don't get all stressed when you come here and you see this like that. This is just some little bug that I'm going to show you how to fix. So you have to refresh the page, okay? Probably something linked to TurboLinks. So now look, Mike Smith is there. Why? Because there is a name, a full name in the database. So again, now obviously this is great and everything, but if this is an organization like Soy Dog Foundation or Tony J for Animals, like a big organization, you want to show the organization, right? That's really important. The organization is important, very important. So we need to actually have a small little, and the same thing over here. You want to add an organization name on the top. So what I'm going to do is just right over here where it says the strong here, I'm just going to put some indentation so that it makes sense. And over here, I can do an if-else statement and check. So if there is an organization name inside that user, then put the organization name. So we can do like an if-else. So an if-else statement. So here we can say an add pet dot user. So we're currently inside the pet, right? Pet number 13. So get the user dot organization and so if add pet dot user organization dot blank, we can say if it's blank, or if it's not blank, then do this, like put this, and else we can, and then we can say an else statement here. Else there, and then so if it's blank, then put at pet user organization. We can do that, but we're not going to do it because this is just too long. So instead of doing this, I can say, we can say, you can write the shorthand. So we can say at pet dot user dot organization. So if the at pet user dot organization, this is the condition, dot blank, so we can do that if it's blank. Then we put another question mark here and we say we want to add the at pet user organization. Sorry, the instead of the at pet user organization, we're going to say the full name. Okay, so if this condition is true, let me just remove this. So if this condition is true, then separated by the question mark, do this. So if this is true, do this. Okay, and then a space, and then again another space, else I'm going to paste it again, do that, the organization. So this is perfectly valid, and if I save this and come back here and I refresh, you're going to notice it's going to say Mike's Pet and Rescue, because we have an organization. Okay, and if I come back to edit the page of Mike and I remove this Mike's Pet and Rescue and I update the profile, and again I'm going to come back here and don't just refresh it, you'll notice here it will say Mike Smith. Now I'm going to just edit the profile and I'm going to put Mike's Pet and Rescue, and I'm going to update the profile. And also, actually, let me just update the profile here again. Hey, we rescue many pets in Montreal. Okay, copy and paste. This is not rich text. This is just the about, remember? Update the profile. And if I come to localhost 3000, pets 13, in the show page, your ID will be different. You'll notice, of course, also because this is hard-coded. So let's just start changing this. So we've added that. Now, in regards, let me just make this smaller. And view, let's click on view and toggle word wrap. Okay, now this here is going to be the organization about. Okay, about the about information. All right, so did I just delete something? I didn't. Okay, so this is the p tag. It ends here, and this is the media. So we can actually put. Oh boy. We can do another p tag, right? Yeah, we can do another p tag. We'll put another p tag and give it a small class. Okay, because this is maybe a little too big. Is it too big? Let's see what's the difference. So inside of this p tag, again, I'm gonna add the about information. The about information, which is so again, we're in the pet dot user dot about. If you go to the controller, you're gonna notice there's an about information inside, not the pets controller, the user. Okay, the user has an about. That's from device. When we create a device, we have an about attribute. Okay, so at.pet_user.about, this will basically show all the about details. Let me come here and refresh this. Hey, we rescue pets. Remember earlier we updated that? So I'm going to make this a little smaller. So I am going to put a class. I'm going to put a class. Class equals to text dash small. Okay. So now that we have that, we can refresh this. Ooh, nothing happens. I guess it is, maybe it's SM. Save it, come back here, refresh. I think that's a bootstrap class, text small. We've used it many times. And I suppose now this is not working. That's fine. That's okay. Text-sm doesn't work. That's cool. So what else we want to do? I'm going to leave that as is. That's okay. And we don't need to actually have so much spacing, you know? So I'm just going to remove all the spacing here. So we just want to add that. So after the about information, what I want to do is maybe this person is interested to see Mike's information. So maybe Mike has other pets. So in case Mike has other pets, what I want to do is I want to redirect the user to Mike's profile. Okay, to me that's really important, you know, because I might want to see their other dogs. Maybe I'm not interested in this dog. I'm not interested to adopt this dog, and I want to adopt another dog that belongs to Mike. Maybe he's got like different many other maybe he's got parrots or whatever. So that said, I'm gonna just come back here and I'm gonna create another p tag. So inside of that p tag, I'm gonna add some logic, and I'm gonna say find all or count all the pets that Mike has. So what are the pets? So we have like so pet dot. So I'm just gonna put this first. Okay, we got a user, right? And if we go to the pets table of that user, we want to find all the pets that belong to that user. So we want to do a count like that. See what I mean? This is what we want to do is we want to get the user, the pets table count. All right. So this pet, right? This user, the user that belongs to this pet, go to the pets table and count how many pets he has or she has. And if they have more than one pet, then I want to show view Mike's other pets, something like that with a link. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So in other words, how do I say this? So I can say, like, without even putting any logic, I can put an anchor, which is a link. Okay, I'm gonna put a link. I'm gonna say view Mike's other pets. Okay, I can do that. And let me just put some classes so it looks a little better. All right, so, or maybe just leave it as that. Save it, and then we'll come here, and then you're gonna notice now there's gonna be, look, view Mike's other pets. So, but if Mike doesn't have any other pets, I don't want to put that. That's gonna be kind of crazy, right? So we want to put that logic here. Okay, so instead of that, we're gonna do an if else statement. So if else, so yeah, so we're gonna have an if else state. Well, no else, just an if. So again, like earlier, we were saying at pet dot user dot pets table dot count. So if that count, okay, if that count is greater than one, then show this. Okay, and if it's not, don't show anything. Nothing happens. That's all. Okay, so I'm gonna just maybe like put an icon here. So I'm gonna hang on a second. So I'm gonna put an icon. I'm gonna put an icon with a class of fa, obviously like the font awesome, and fa dash long. So fa long. I think fa long arrow. Fa long arrow. Right. So it's a fa long arrow, please. This is taking so long. So where's the usage? Just get me the usage now. Start using this icon. Please make it short. Fa long arrow right. Okay, copy. Okay, bye bye. Okay. Oh, all right. Never mind. Okay, so in this class, I'm gonna paste what I so fa long arrow right. You know what? I'm gonna put an alt here. Alt. So it's fa long alt. Ooh. There's no, actually there was an alt. Fa long arrow right. Okay, so I'm gonna put a margin, also margin left dash 2, and then here I'm gonna say view. I guess we have to put the name, right? So C Mike's. Oh boy, yeah. So C, and then here we can say the name of the. Oh, all right. I guess not. Let's do it again. So here we're gonna put user @pet dot user dot name. So this is the name. So C followed by a space, right? So this would be like Mike's Pet and Rescue, and then if he has more than one, it means you can say put an apostrophe, here. Why this apostrophe doesn't work? Right? We can put an apostrophe like that, right? Because it'll be Mike's. This is gonna say Mike's or Pet and Rescues or Soy Dog Foundations, and then put an S. So you can put an S like that after that. Ooh, right? But we want to put, yeah. So it would be like something, and other listings. We want to count the number. So if he's got 3, so we can say @petuser.count. So let's copy this and we can paste it in here. So we can count. So if this is 2, it's going to show 2. If it's 4, it's going to show 4. And then here, other listings, other pet listings, other pets for adoption. If I save that and come here, let's hope nothing happens, nothing bad happens. Oh, so here it says that undefined method name. Oh, yeah. So of course, because at pet user, actually, because we call it full name. It's the full name. Save the full name. Oof, what am I doing? All right. So yeah, see Mike Smith's 15 other pets for adoption. That's not bad. So now that we have that, if you click here, obviously nothing is going to happen. And the reason why nothing is going to happen is because it's not redirecting. It's not going to redirect. It's just an anchor. Great. So then so now this works. This is good. But I also want to do the same thing up here. So I want to add it here too. So I'm going to grab this. Okay, so that's done. Hang on, that's done. Wait a second. So let me just remove some white spacing. Okay, so this looks fine. And this here, I'm gonna come down to the bottom, which is the column 4 here. Over here, obviously we don't have yet the adoption process, like in regards to, we haven't created the functionality for the adoption, but what we can do is put an H6 here. H6, I can paste that in, save it, and then come back here and refresh this, and you should see Mike's Pet and Rescue, right? So another thing, guys, I don't know, I'm a bit like, I don't know, I'm not too happy about having this column 4 on the right. I think it looks a little, something is wrong with it, and to be honest, I don't know what is wrong with it, but it looks kind of weird, maybe there's too much, the margins are not set correctly. But here I put a margin left large 3, which means that put a margin left whenever you have a large screen. So I don't know if you guys want to change that, make it better, it's up to you. But so far I think it looks okay. I mean, but I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it at all. Maybe we can put some classes here on the H6. Maybe put some class equals to padding, I don't know, padding 2. Save that, and it might look a little nicer. Yeah, maybe padding 1 instead. But we can definitely add an HR here under the button. Do an HR, and underneath it put share. I don't know. Class equals text dash muted and text dash sm, and then here share this. For instance, I'm just saying we can do we can do that, and then we can also do a p-1 so that it's aligned with the Mike's Pen Rescue. But I think here would be a good idea to make this, put a map, like a little mini map. Anyway, this video is getting very, very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come over here. I want you to look at the description below for the regex inside YouTube, like in the description below in YouTube, you should see it. I want you to get to this URL. Don't try to like copy like manually, just click on the link. I'm going to put it on the link inside the description. All right. So what I want you to do is look, this is regex. So like the problem here when it comes to the video, the problem is that you could put different things. You can put like Vimeo, you can put like, for instance, let me just come over here. So see this here, I actually have to put the video. So I can't just come here and put Ruby code and say, like I can't just do something like @pet dot, yeah, I can't just come here and @pet.video. Sorry, I can't just do this, because if I do this, it's going to be broken here. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, right? Why? Because I'm supposed to put only like, okay, so let me just, now if I do .video let's split this, okay, let's do a method of split. So if I split this inside where the equal is, oh man, where the equal is, save that, it's gonna work. It's gonna work because it's gonna get the video. Oh, actually, hang on a second. .last, let's get the last one, .last. If I refresh this, there we go, it works. And the reason why it works is, so copy URL, copy video URL. So if I paste here, so this is taking me to this, right? So, but see how the problem is, like someone who's gonna paste a YouTube video, they might actually just like come over here and copy this. Imagine if someone does that. Imagine. Oh boy. So imagine if someone does this. They come here, okay, they go to, because these people are not like they're not, technical. So they come, oops, sorry. So pets 13 edit. If someone adds this YouTube URL here and pastes it in, thinks, oh, this is what my YouTube URL is, and I publish it, look what's gonna happen. If I go to pets 13, look, it's not gonna work, because what we're supposed to do, for instance, what they're supposed to do is come here, click share, right, and then copy this, and come back to their pets where they want to add the YouTube video, and they would do something like that. So like this, and you would click publish. And what this would do is it would, in the code, we're saying split where the equal is, or split where this forward slash. So if I say split at the forward slash and get the last one, it's gonna work. I can just come back here to pets 13 and it's gonna work. What about Vimeo? What about Vimeo? What about the different URLs in YouTube? So that's why I want you to come here. I want you to just come here. Just trust me. You don't need the top one here. You don't need this, actually. So what you want to do is grab, because here this is about embedding. Like if someone pastes an embedded video, but over here, let me just grab all this. Just come to the very end, because this grabs, yeah, actually, you know what? Grab the whole thing. Just grab the whole thing for now. Copy it and come to helpers, and I'm gonna put it inside the pets helper. So just come over here to the pets application helper, pets helper. So inside the pets helper module, just paste it in. And obviously, like this here, I want you to delete it. Just delete that. Now this, you want to put it like that. Make sure, so this starts here and it ends down here. Okay, like that, and just remove all the white space. So that's it, and all you gotta do is call this method video embed. Video embed, that's all you gotta do. And grab this method, okay? Save it, right? Save it, grab that method, copy that, come to application show.html.erb, and note that inside that helper that we just added, in the end, it runs like those cases, in case it's a Vimeo, in case it's YouTube. Obviously here, this is regex get extract ID, right? And here, extract provider, extract provider. So here, there's you figuring out like if it's YouTube or if it's Vimeo Pro. Anyway, provider, yeah. So that's all. So and then right over here, that's what we're gonna do. So that's where the video ID is going to be. So if we save this, okay, come to show.html.erb, and instead of doing all this, just grab all of that where the two quotes are and just delete. And inside the source, just paste in the method. Paste in the method, but you want to wrap that in with, you want to wrap it first with embedded Ruby, right? So well, we're gonna put it twice. There's no autocomplete now. Okay, so that's okay. So you want to paste the method in. So you want to wrap it with embedded Ruby and paste the method in. And inside of here, you're gonna say add pets. Take the caps lock off. Add pets. Add pet dot video, because that's what you want to do. We're gonna get that from the database. We're gonna add that in. Okay, and if I save this now, and you come back over here and refresh this, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Not only that, if I was to grab this feature thing, copy that, come back here and edit the pet, go to the edit pet /edit. The reason why I'm saying this is because look how terrible this is. Like, this is not a share thing, but I'm just saying this should work. And if I was to paste that in here and publish this, and after I publish, of course, the database has been saved, and look, it works. It works because it's amazing. It's a lot of work, this regex, and you should, and I should too, is to practice in writing code, and splitting and finding and matching, and it's awesome, it's great, but it's hideous. It's a lot of work, and a lot of this stuff has already been made, has already been done. So you don't really need to do it for fast development, guys. Remember, you're a startup. You don't have. It's not like you're working for a big corporation and they're paying you like $80 an hour, and there's like another 100 developers getting 80 an hour and you got teams of teams. No, this is a startup, so you want to like help pets, you want to help your community. Perhaps it's open source, it's free. So no, of course we can take shortcuts, and this is perfectly valid over here. Now, if I was to go to Vimeo and I was to type in Vimeo, Vimeo, so Vimeo dogs, Vimeo dogs, okay? If I did Vimeo dogs and I clicked dogs, I don't know, whatever. I'm just trying to find a dog video, okay? So if I shake Jake, I don't know, shake Jake, if I copied this, okay, and I came back to pet adoption and I clicked on, and I went back to pets edit. So I'm Mike and I'm adding the video URL here, and I save this, I click publish, and look what happens. So now if I go to the pets show publicly, look, but this is because it's the size of the video. That's just purely because it's the size of the video from Vimeo. Okay, that's because he took it by a mobile version. But if I was to, I don't know, take this for instance, and I was to come here and I went,
can be a good thing for
some pets. Okay, so let me just close this. So if I came here and I went edit and I pasted it in, publish, and I went back to the pet show page, look, it's perfect. Beautiful video. So again, like, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but this is what I think. Like, if I come back here, youtube.com, and I was to type in soy dog foundation, soy dog, or Tony J for animals. She rescues a lot of animals, and she's a wonderful person, wonderful human being. She's amazing, and actually she's the reason why I started building this app. So very kind person. So if I copy this here and I come back here and I click edit profile, oh, sorry, oops, I'm sorry, pets 13 edit, and I was to paste that in and I was to publish this. Now I went back to the show page again. Look how awesome that is. So it's amazing. So in regards to this here, I'm gonna just leave it as is. The video is very long. We covered a lot. On the next video, I'm gonna start adding. This is about here. We have to add about the pet, right? So if I was to go to pet edit, hey, my name is Samantha. I'm just gonna call it, hey, my name is Samantha, and I am the cutest puppy in the world. If I did this, copy and paste. So if I, oops. Okay, so copy this and then paste twice. All right, and I'm gonna make this bold and publish. Now, if I come back here in the show page, you'll notice that, look, it's great. So on the next video, we're gonna start adding all these, is paid, is mixed, the mix, the age, the female, sorry, the sex, the weight, the vaccination types. We're gonna add all these columns to the pets table, and of course, after that, again, we're gonna update here and show all other pets that belong within the same area or something like that. We're gonna have to make a loop and show all the pets in the bottom. Okay, guys, it was nice working with you. Thanks again for supporting. Please like and subscribe. Support my channel if you really enjoy this. Share it with other people. And I really, really appreciate all your support. Okay, thanks. See you guys in the next part. Bye.